Karen Stroud, she must be a saint. OK, she knew her man was a motorcycle nut when she married him, and yes, that's how he makes a living. A professional superbike rider who travels at 300 kilometres per hour plus. But to pack up all the kids, all 8 of them, and traipse around the country to watch the Superbike Superdad risk his neck takes extra love and understanding. Here's Craig Stanaway.
Superbikes. It's high speed, high risk. Leading the pack, a 42-year-old.
The speed is just immense.
The guy's machine, he just doesn't make mistakes. John Britton picked him to ride his bike.
A man who doesn't fit the mould. A man of few words.
Seriously gets your attention because, you know, your life's on the line. You've got to be so sharp.
There's no one sharper than Andrew Stroud. He's won a record 8 New Zealand titles.
Thanks, Andy.
I could win a championship and it's like, oh yeah, that's been and gone and doesn't really do a lot for me, but you see 2 lines come up on the pregnancy strip and that really moves me. That's something that, you know, I get a tear in my eye.
And in December, Andrew and his wife Karen welcome baby Lucia into the world.
She's added another piece of the jigsaw to our family.
A little sister for Jacob, Caleb and Maddie.
When we got to 4, I thought, wow, we've got a big family with 4.
4 kids, though, is only half the story because Jessie came next.
And then, you know, we had twins, and I was like, well, we've had twins.
That still wasn't enough.
And then 2.
8 kids, 1 for every championship he's won.
Are you Christian, crazy, or just plain clumsy?
Well, Christian definitely, yeah, probably plays a big part.
It's organised chaos in the Strouds' Hamilton home. In fact, there's only one thing in the house that gives you any clue to Andrew's profession. And the John Britton Memorial Trophy is being put to good domestic use.
I've only seen one motorsport memorabilia thing in the whole time I've been here, and it's used to look after the rolling pin.
Yeah, we can make some use of it. I think John will be happy enough with that.
You're not worn out with it all?
Well, I often say to Andrew, I don't want to fall into the grave with energy to spare.
And bringing up 8 kids is expensive as well.
Would it be good, though, to be rich?
We are rich, you know. I'm the richest woman on the planet as well, you know. We've got everything we need, you know, great house, great friends, great kids.
It's great money if you're good enough. Stroud's sponsors pay him a 6-figure salary to ride just 4 months of the year. The money comes with risk.
It's definitely tragic seeing friends die, but when I'm out there, I never expect anything like that. I always, you know, feel in control when I'm on the bike.
Are you really into motorbikes?
No. No, I'm not actually really into motorbikes, but I'm into Andrew. So that's why I'm here all the time. That's why we're together.
This family sticks together. So when work pulls Dad away for 3 weeks, they come too on a working holiday.
We start from Hamilton and we go down the North Line and get to Wellington, across the ferry over Cook Strait. Then we go down to Maru on the east side and then up to Christchurch.
If only it was that easy.
Took about 9 hours nearly from Hamilton to Wellington last night to Upper Hutt by the time you stop for some drinks and toilet stops.
It's a classic Kiwi road trip with 8 kids tagging along.
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, every year we've done it. Across the ferry, it's always good, and driving down the coast here before Kaikoura.
In between moments of relaxation, there's preparation. The fitter you are, the faster you'll go. After success in Timaru and Invercargill, Andrew Stroud is the man to beat in Christchurch. No surprise there. Remember, Andrew Stroud is faultless. But then, something highly unusual. This isn't just an innocuous incident, it's anything but. The man who doesn't make mistakes is let down by his bike in an alarming way.
I'm alive! Woohoo!
I had a brake failure. Totally, and it was at probably one of the only parts of the track I could have got away with it.
At 200 kilometres an hour, Andrew Stroud's front brakes actually fell off. Someone was definitely looking after him this time.
If I was at the end of the front straight, you wouldn't be talking to me now.
Are you going to tell Karen that the brakes failed? Or is it something you shouldn't tell your wife?
Not necessarily. She's okay. Don't feel like I'm in any hurry.
Would she stress if she knew?
I suppose it brings home the potentials of the game we're in, the potential dangers.
And before he knows it, Karen is in the pits looking for an explanation.
Front caliper came off. But there's nothing to it, so we're okay.
He said if it was going around a corner, it would have been over. And he means over.
Yeah. Yes, over.
Are there times when you've said to him, "This is crazy, get a real job"?
When I got married, I really said to myself, I'd never say never. I'd never be that wife that said, no, I don't want you to race this. I don't know if this is safe.
That's the worst thought I could possibly imagine, me not being there for them.
I always wanted to be that he'd come back to me and said, you never said never. I didn't want to put the brakes on him. And with the children as well, I didn't want the children and I to be a brake on Andrew.
Karen's apprehension towards bikes is set for an even sterner test. Eldest son Jacob wants to follow in Andrew's footsteps.
You've got so much protective gear on, it's not funny.
Like every father, you're a little bit worried.
Yeah, I never want to see them get hurt, really.
Is Mum happy about him getting into bikes?
No, well, I actually sat with Jacob at his parent-teacher interview, and in the car on the way home, I said, what do you really want to do? He said, you know what I want to do, Mum. He said, I want to be a champion. I want to race motorbikes. And part of me was like, but I turned with my head out the window so he didn't see, and I was like, oh, now one of my babies wants to, race motorbikes at 300 kilometres an hour. But, if I really love Jacob, I will encourage him to do whatever it is he wants to do.
Oh, he's passing him.
It's not hard to see why 3 kids have expressed a desire to race bikes.
Here he comes, Joe. Look, he comes steady, look.
Go, Dad!
It's not hard to see why Mum Karen isn't going to stop them. Andrew Stroud was a winner even before claiming victory at the New Zealand Grand Prix. And there's no greater role model for any child than their dad.
We've all watched Super Nanny. We've all got our own idea on parenting. What's the best piece of advice that you could give to someone watching this who's going to become a father soon?
Love your children, love their mother, and everything else will work out.
Karen Stroud, who looks like that after 8 babies, incredible. That is our show for tonight. Thanks for joining us. Mā te wā.